Hi everyone, we are going to discuss this mock paper today, the paper 1, small business paper, 2020 mock examination paper. You can see the same structure like an Excel paper structure, and all the formula sheet, everything is there. Operating profit markup, gross profit margin, markup, ROC, current ratio, asset test ratio. And then we have a case study here, small business case study. Dan Morgan, Dan owns and runs the Drums and Sticks DNS are located in the Peninsula Shopping Center in Singapore, selling drums and other percussion instruments. Okay, that's his business, selling. This is, I can see like 2020 paper, if you go through, remember like the Excel paper, they gave a drumming school case study, but this one, in our mock paper, we're giving it's a DNS, is a on and running a DNS, drums and sticks. It's a selling location, it's a selling business of the drums and sticks and other percussion instruments. So the Excel case study actually came to drumming school. You see the alternative drumming school. So that's a, remember that only Tanner's drumming school actually, that case study, but this case study was a different case study, but based on drums and stick. It's a coincidence, right? So drums and stick is a DNS specialized in selling drums, right? Cymbals, drumsticks, and percussion accessories such as case and pedals. Case and pedals DNS also stocks a wide range of books and videos on drumming. So it's a drumming, it's a selling location like a showroom like Yamaha. So Dan is very knowledgeable about the percussion instrument, but has limited experience in this handling business documents and accounts. So it's a good, I think, have a good knowledge in drumming, but very limited knowledge in the business handling, like documentation and all. He has recruited 2 full-time employees to help out the store. Right? He has recruited 2 full-time employees to help out at the store. So 2 employees are there full time. Okay, question number 1. So you can provide the answers to the chat line. Question number 1. Which of the following describe the situation where an employee is given the authority to carry out a task that manager would normally do? If you're given an authority task to carry out some task, that is called, yes, the answer I got from 5 students gave the correct answers. Yeah, everyone gave the very good correct answer. Delegation. This was a past paper, lot of past papers. You can see this kind of questions. Right. Second one, which of the following is a non-real, non-financial objective for Dan? Okay, another 4 students gave the correct, 5 students gave the correct, 6 students already answer now. Which of the would be a non-financial objective for Dan? Non-financial objective is, you can see, increase market share. It can't be, it's a kind of a financial thing. Customer loyalty, it's a kind of a non-financial. Survival is a financial. Increased profit is financial. So we can take the answer as a B, the non-financial objective. You'll see this. Yes, 6 students gave the correct answer. Yes, 7 students actually gave the correct answer. Very good. Huh? Okay. Third one. Which of these effects are likely to result from higher interest rates? Higher interest rate, right? So if you have a high interest rates, it's an economic kind of a question. External factors. If you have high interest rates, savings will fall. That's wrong, because savings will increase if you get the high interest rate. Definitely, I would like to save more. If the bank give more money, more interest. Second one, consumer borrowing may fall. That can be true because high interest rate, nobody want to actually take loans. More business investments. You can see that also not realistic, because who want to invest more in businesses if they are giving high interest rates? And inflation will rise. Inflation and interest rate, you can see as a some kind of a negative relationship is there, because the higher the interest rate, lesser the inflation, and lesser the interest rate, higher the inflation, because this actually you can see correlate with the money supply. That's the economic condition. But this case, I think the easy question, easy answer, you can see consumer borrowings may fall as a result of that. You can see inflation is kind of an indirect impact, but consumer borrowing has a direct impact from the interest rate. When interest rates rise, the borrowings will go down. People will not go to bank and borrow money. So borrowings may go down. So I can see in the answers chat line, 6 students gave the correct answer, but out of that, correct answer given by only like 4 students gave the correct answers. 4 students gave the correct answer. Answer should be B. Right. Fourth one, which of the following is an aim of promotion? Which of the following should be a aim of promotion? Right. Aim of promotion is not reduces cost, not improve productivity, not reduce labor turnover, inform customers about new product. Actually, the following is the aim of promotion. Promotion aim should be information. You can see we talk about actually promotion has three main objectives. It's actually informing element is one most important thing of the promotion. Must be able to inform the customers about the new product, their prices, their features, and then the second one should be you should remind the customers again and again about this thing, and third one should be you should encourage customers or persuade them to buy, giving some kind of a persuasion, kind of a, like encouragement to purchase. So anyway, the promotion aim is D is the correct answer. I think 6 students gave answers. Out of that, correct answer given by out of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone gave the correct answer. Very good. Excellent. So D is the correct answer. Right? Okay. Question number 5. Which of the following is an example of external economy of scale? Economies of scales are there are coming from internally and externally. External economies of scale coming from mainly from four methods. So you can see that's industry infrastructure, cooperation, and so this case increased cooperation and information sharing between business. You can see low cost over to bulk purchase. That's the internal economies of scale. Bulk purchase, a purchasing discount. Better efficiency resulting from specialization of labor. Better efficiency resulting from the specialization of labor. So that is C also can be given as a correct answer because labor relations, like a labor, the industry infrastructure, the rising cost of input. This case, we can see the answer as a direct answer is A. Increased cooperation and information sharing between business like Silicon Valley. From that area, you can see a lot of business organizations, they are sharing their R&D, their technical know-how and the technology and then capital, everything, infrastructure. So cooperation between industries, information sharing industries, that's a good example of external economies of scale. C also like a close answer, but it's a little bit too far. The direct answer, which A is the correct answer. So 7 students gave the correct answer. Okay, again, last MCQ. It's a calculation part. Financial information of drums and sticks in the year 2019 is given below. Gross profit Singapore dollars 120,000, operating expenses 42,000, and capital employed 300,000. They're asking what is the return on capital employed for the year 2019. ROC, return on capital employed. Let's look at the formula of ROC first of all. Go and check the formula always. Even though you know the formula, it's better to double check the formula. ROC is the operating profit over capital employed into 100. Operating profit over capital employed into 100. If you want to find out how to find operating profit, that formula is there. So operating profit equal gross profit minus other operating expenses. Gross profit minus other operating expenses. Right. Okay. So according to this calculation, you can see now gross profit given, other operating expenses also given. So then you can find the operating profit. So it's 120,000 minus 42,000. Then operating profit coming 78,000, right? 78,000 over capital employed 300,000 into 100. You can see the answer. So 11 students gave the correct answer. A is the correct answer, 26%. Very good. Good luck, everyone. So everyone, I think, very conversed with this one, 26%. Very good, right? Okay, now we are going to define questions. There are two defined questions are there in question number 1. Define the term balance of trade. Define the term balance of trade. Balance of trade definition, you know that normally we are talking in the economic lesson. The balance of trade is the difference between the balance of payment and balance of trade is two different things. This is not balance of payment, this is balance of trade. So the balance of trade, you can see the The difference between export income and import expense. If you write like that, we can get the correct 1 mark. Balance of trade is the difference between export income and the import expenditure. So balance of trade of a country, like developing countries, normally balance of trade we can see negative balance, because always the our export income is less than the import expenses. So balance of trade is like that. BOT, balance of trade, is a uh, difference between export income and import expense. Part C, define the term market share. Market share. Market share definition is the very common definition in marketing management. Market share definition, you can see the student gave the correct answer. The percentage of dominance, yes, that also taken in the market or industry, right? So, and then you know what others are saying that it is a percentage of the total sales of one firm in the whole industry. That's correct answer. I can take that answer. And also, yeah. Uh, yes, so mainly balance of, yeah, market share, as you can see, the percentage of dominance in the market industry, or percentage of the sales the business enjoys out of the total industry. Like that, you can say that thing that the percentage value must be there, percentage, and the out of the total of the value of the dominance, that keyword must be there in your definition. Okay, now we are going to the state question. I'm calling this a dangerous one, Marcus, because you have to always very careful about the application point to write. Otherwise, you are losing this 1 mark. Even though you know the answer, you can't take this answer if you miss the application. State one way that Dan could use to measure his success of his business. Okay, in a measure of success lesson, we talk about so many measures of judging success, like sales, customer satisfaction, market share, awards and rewards, profit, everything. But how you can apply the market case study application, drums and stick, the drumming instrument, you can say. So you can, yeah, I got some answers from the chat lines. So a couple of students actually, they have given their applications also. Yes, one student actually saying that Dan can measure the percentage growth of the sales of the musical equipment. Excellent, right? 1 mark application is there in the answer, right? And one student gave another answer. He could measure the amount of revenue he gains by conducting these drumming classes. So this case, he's not conducting drumming classes, right? I think messed up with the previous case study. This is not a drumming school. This is a drumming item, drumming instrument selling organization. He's only selling only the tertiary sector. So he's not conducting drumming classes. So you can say he could measure the amount of revenue gained by not conducting classes. You can see by selling drumming instruments, selling percussion instruments. Okay, okay. Another girl actually writing that Dan can measure the success by using the revenue by selling the drums and instruments. Correct. Easy 1 mark. Yes, correct. All of you correct. I think you got the point there. So 1 mark you can earn by selling the example of the products and the business name. Not only the drummings, the dance name. So you have to write sometime what they are selling without mentioning sales. You have to say drumming equipments, percussion instruments, like. Okay, here we go. 2 mark calculation. Dan imports percussion instruments and sold at his store. Calculate the cost in Singapore dollars to drums and sticks of paying 850 yen to a Japanese supplier of instrument. The dollar exchange rate they given, Singapore dollar equal 1 Singapore dollar, you can buy 60 yens. 60 yens. So what is the cost in Singapore dollars of item worth in 850 yen in Japan? So easy calculation to do. I think I got answer from 3 students. They have showed the workings also. They show that thing 850 divided by 60. So if you $1 equals 60, that 850 yens mean 850 divided by 60 in the sense 14.16. 14.16. So, and this kind of thing, you have to give your answer for 2 decimal points. So you can give your answer 14.17. So don't give your answer to one decimal point, because I think, yeah, a lot of students give the answer 14.2, 14.2, 14.2, 14.2. Don't give that answer like that, because your sense also valid, right? So give your accurate answers. Don't round out to 1 decimal point. Always round out to 2 decimal points. So, right, so 2 dp. So answer should be 14.17. 14.17. You can say the answer yes. like that. Now you are changing answers. Good, cool. Right, you are going to like that. Don't write the answer 14.2, otherwise you won't get the mark. It should be 14.17 because there's a difference between like 3 pence difference. So don't take that risk. Always in every answer, try to give it to 2 dp, even though it's asked or not. That's a normal standard of Excel to stay or keep your answer for 2 decimal points, especially currency conversions. Currency conversion, right? Write the answer here as 14.17 Singapore dollars. Yeah, I think student gave the correct answer, but now only student actually two students gave the correct like round of figures. Okay, cool. Okay, that's why from this kind of a discussion only I can polish you like it will like I can find out your errors and what are the mistakes you are commonly doing. As you now, most of you actually find out that it's a 14.2. So if you make that mistake in the examination, you won't get that mark. And the most important thing, show your workings at least then. So if you get the wrong answer, 14.2, but if you properly apply the numbers like 850 divided by 60, I can give you another 1 mark because at least workings are correct, even the number is wrong. So therefore, always show your workings, right? Okay, now we're moving into explain kind of a questions, 3 markers. Question number 1, part F, explain one reason why government introduced trade barriers. This case, now you can forget about the case study. You can just write one reason why government want to introduce trade barriers. So trade barrier, you can say it's a method of restricting import and exports, right? Or you can say it's a method.
Yeah.
Trade barrier is a method of actually restricting foreign trade. So why the government are doing this? Because in order to protect the local businesses or infant business industry.
Yeah, so sometimes governments also introduce trade barriers to avoid importing any harmful products also for the country.
Yeah,
So if there are any products that could be harmful or if that's illegal in the country, there'll be a trade barrier on it.
that's correct. Yeah, there are so many reasons. So I talk about one reason to protect the infant industries. Your point also correct. Your point is they are saying that government putting trade restriction, trade barriers against the illegal or harmful items, or you can say demerit items, such as drugs and weapons. These kind of items they put trade barriers. They are putting some kind of trade barriers in order to protect those harmful items entering into the country. That's correct. So you can say the answer in the 3 sentences. Trade barriers is a kind of like a blocking of the or restricting import and export or foreign trade restriction of goods and services to exchange. They are doing this in order to protect the local infant business industries from the local international competition. As a result, they'll be able to give some kind of stability for the local market. Therefore, the economic growth in the countries, the local exporters and the local business industries would be getting a good time as a result of these trade barriers. Or we can say, as a the second, the student opinion, they talk about that so in order to reduce the illegal items bringing into the country. As a result, the country can actually protect their countries, the national security and the culture, and then sometimes the health system in the country. They can promote. For example, like if people actually importing like drugs and everything, you can see a lot of people then they will the expenses for the health and welfare expenses of the government expenses can be increased to pay for their medication and everything. For the hospital bills for a lot of people after they take in these things they will end up with the cancers and so many health issues. So government again they have to spend for those hospital and medical bills also there as a result. So you can see government put in this thing in order to protect the country, the in order to protect the local infant business, local thing. Okay, so I want to read some student answers. They say protect domestic industry. That's a point I already told, and also that will increase the unemployment also can be reduced as a result. Very good application and analysis. One student gave by using tariff, government can increase its revenue and can use it to spend it for infrastructure and education, which will lead to economic growth. This case, yes, they are asking trade barrier. One of the trade barriers, tariff. Yes, yes. One reason one government will introduce barrier. Yes, another very good answer. Yes, not only to objectives to achieve. Actually, the government putting trade barriers to achieve, earn some revenue for them. So I think nicely that answer explain the reason of that because the government put in tariff because then they can increase their revenue and then again they can spend that money on infrastructure and education then which would lead to economic growth. Very good writing, right? Keep it up. So very good. Good luck in exam, right? Next question is a 6 marker. Analyze question. Analyze the impact to drums and stick DNS of locating in a shopping center. These location questions are there in most of the questions, like sometimes the location questions are there in our previous past paper question as in a 12 marker location question, right? What will be the like a good location point? So it should be when the previous drumming school of Oli Tanner, actually he located his business near the Crickdale, like very wealthy area in England. They're asking why it's important to actually right locating away from the computers and everything. But this question they're asking, right? So we said this paper before, long time before actually the Edexcel paper. We can see even this kind of similar questions are there in mocks. That's why having mock examination papers is really good for you because it's like a similar, a little, same kind of like a same standard like a standard Edexcel paper. So this question also impact they're asking impact to DNS of locating in a shopping center. So they're giving straight away where the location and you have to impact, you have to analyze what is the impact of locating in shopping center. So there's a rule called like all the same feathers flock together. So which means that all the business organizations who are selling drums and sticks and music industry, they might wanted to stay together because then lot of people, you can see a lot of people are people who want to buy a drums and stick. They like to go to from shop to shop. They want to analyze the prices. They want to analyze the brands and the quality of the brands before they purchase something. So in a shopping mall, you can see large number of customers who want have intention to buy music, and who actually the genuine customers, you can see they are coming, and as a result, you can see more sales can be expected than we are locating in another far area. So in shopping center, you can see the facilities provided. You can see shopping center definitely have car park facilities. So people's coming to actually purchase drums and equipment, they are not using normally. They had used their own either taxi service, they had used cab service. So in order to take that items, I don't think the public transportation system you can allow to bring those kind of like a heavy and the big equipments like drums. So definitely you have to find your own transportation method. That means definitely you have to have some car park facilities for the shopping mall. Shopping center definitely have that facilities, infrastructure, car park facilities, and other amenities are there, like restaurants are there, banking facilities are there inside, and then other accessories, film halls are there, and then I can see so many items are there in one shopping center. So definitely more customers, more footsteps, foot traffic can be expected for the drums and sticks, because there could be a huge competition is there in the industry, in the market, in the shopping center, in the same floor, another drumming shop, another couple of drumming shops they can see. Therefore, customers definitely wanted to come there. They want to experience the different prices, different qualities, different brands of different shops. They want to compare. They can compare the prices of those items, and they can easily sell those items in the to the market like that. So impact of DNS of locating shopping center, good and bad. You can write because the answer asking impact. So good impact, I told you, the infrastructure is there with them, like as I told you, parking facilities and the other amenities. However, there are disadvantages there because of the high competition. You might reduce your sales revenue. There will be a lot of customers are coming. There's advantage. However, shopping center might be the rent of the premises might be expensive. You can say the cost of the premises definitely one location factor. The cost of premises is expensive as a result. Shopping centers are for sometimes difficult to afford for one person like a sole trader like a Dan, because he's the startup business. He's like having only like just 2 employees, so it will be expensive for him. In this case, sometimes there is no any customers. If shopping center closed due to pandemic or something, so he cannot afford he has to pay the shop floor rent and he has to pay the employees, everything. He cannot afford that thing because of the shopping centers are very expensive than the other outskirts shops. So you can explain that impact. Shopping centers are expensive because they are in the city centers. So always metropolitan areas are expensive. So explain those things. I got actually a student answer. I want to read that part. They say that the government. No, they say actually the shopping centers are sometimes He's mentioning that the case study, that's a, yeah, shopping center sometimes giving sometimes like a facilities also. Yeah, the same thing I sort of told you, like amenities. As I told you, the shopping centers are coming for the person. We can get the customer satisfaction. As I told you, the infrastructure, the car parking facilities, and price comparison facilities with other shops, and also the other amenities like restaurants are there, film halls are there, other shopping centers are there, and banking facilities are there. Even so many right things are there to travel in one shopping mall. All the needs can be fulfilled. So therefore, a lot of customers can be expected inside. So that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's the analyzed question. That's the end of question number one. Let's go to question number two. Question number two says that the dance plan to set up a drumming school near future. Okay, now we're going to similar to like a Dexter point that can say that Oli Tanner's drumming school, right? This is a question number two. They are giving some small indication. So Dan plans to set up drum schools in near future. Which one of the which one-to-one lessons that cater to beginners as well as professionals? So you want to conduct like one-to-one individual classes. The lessons will be held in a special teaching rooms. So Dan hopes to recruit two experienced tutors. Wow, so it's a such a coincidence. I can see our the mock-based case studies and the edXL case studies like a little bit similar, right? You can see it's a coincidence, guys. So question number one, A, state one detail that might be included in the person specification of a tutor. So it's a nice question. In a person specification, we call the JD and PS are the two documents that we need to advertise a job. Job description, user task, duties, and responsibilities. Okay, and person specification summarize about the QUESA, qualification, experience, skills, and attitudes of the worker. So this case, how QUESA can be right with the application. So I got answers from students. They say musical qualification. Ah, very good. One word, one shot, one mark. Very good. Not just a qualification, musical qualification or music qualification such as degree or something, a certificate or diploma in piano, something like that. Now, diploma in violin, musical qualification. Very good, right? QESA experience, at least 2 years or 5 years, 1 year experience on teaching, not only playing, teaching. At least 1 year, 2 year experience in teaching piano, like that. So just don't write qualification, experience, skills, and attitudes. Please just write with the application, the music industry. Like this student actually mentioned, musical qualification, very good, one shot, one mark. And teaching experience, no application, right? Teaching experience on what? Teaching experience on drums, right? Drum teaching. So this is asking a teacher who actually can teach drum. So that's the answer. So if you just write teaching experience, that's wrong. Huh? So write teaching on what? Experience on teaching drums and sticks. Okay. Teaching also a kind of an application, but I would like to, if you write like teaching what? Yeah, so many subject teachers, so right, it's a music teacher. Okay, part B, state one, another state question, another dangerous one marker. State one possible source of finance that Dan might use to set up the drum school. There are so many sources are there, internal and external. So when you want to drum school, so you can say internal sources, you can see person's capital, right? Return profit, and then sale of assets. Those are internal. External, you can say bank loan, lease, trade credit, venture capital, investor. So many things are there. But how can you apply those points? So I mentioned so many points, but how can you apply those points and write? If you say the personal capital, you can say the personal savings from Dan, the amount of money that he collected from conducting selling drums. Yes, Monsoon gave the answer. Dan could hire purchase the drum sets and pay for them as a monthly install. Very good. Now we are actually very well improved before 1 week before these exams. Very good. So Dan could actually hire purchase or lease those equipments in drumming school and pay them monthly, not to buy exactly giving like 100% cash. You can have like a 1 year arrangement. You can have 12 months installments. Right? If the drums actually worth like let's say $1,200, you can say every month you can say $100, $100, $100. In 12 months you can settle it. Yeah, it's a really good point. Okay, now we are going to explain question. Three explain question I'm going to write now. Back to back three expression question. Come 3, 3, 3. Then a 9 mark coming. Okay, first 3 marker. No need to apply. Explain one benefit to DNS of interview tutors prior to recruitment. Interviewing. So explain the benefit of interview. I think in this case. Tutors without saying even the yes explain one benefit interview is enough, so you don't need to mention about tutors or whatever. So prior to recruitment, everyone has to interview someone. They ask you one benefit of interview. So interview benefit should be, you can say, what are the benefits you can say? You can find out the person in person. You can find out. You can see the person personality and the talent. Sometimes you can find out what are the skills and talent that the person possess, and verbal no, abilities. You know, the skills and attitudes you can check in person. You can meet and you can find out the persons in like a talk about this like a not like a from the paper, face to face. You can talk and you can get a, yeah, the student answer is correct. They can get a first impression of the tutor, can find about the personality and other talents. Therefore, they can recruit the better person who match with the dance, match with this recruitment principles. Okay, that's easy question. Another easy question. Explain one impact of DNS of recruiting part-time. We see also. So actually DNS, you don't need to apply DNS, but think about like explain one impact of recruiting part-time workers, right? Not only part-time tutors. I would like to say is explain one impact of recruiting part-time workers. Right. No need to apply here. So you can just write part-time employees. This case was there, I think they're asking in the last game, Excel papers, they're asking not the part time, and they are asking about the temporary workers, right? So they have some only Tanner organizing some kind of like a some events, organizing like a one-stop events organizing, and they asking this question also some kind of analyzed question. This question came in Excel. What is the benefit of using like temporary workers? This is asking, I'm asking one impact of recruiting part-time. You can impact, you can say even one bad impact or good impact. So part-time workers, yeah, I got answers from 2 students. Yeah, one student is saying DNS will be able to provide more drum lessons on a busier days. The part-time drum teachers are more flexible. Actually, 3 marker, we don't need explanation. I'm not expecting. Excel not expecting an explanation. A or two, not the need for explication questions on just A1 is enough. You can say answer. They can provide more lessons, or they can provide more like products and services they can actually offer in busy days, as a part-time workers are more flexible like that. So, and another person actually giving a very good answer. It's more flexible for workers, and the business doesn't have to pay a fixed wages, uh, and they can pay a minimum wage. And as a result, cost will be minimized. Right? They can minimize the discount, so they can pay a minimum wage. So yeah, that's also a very good point. For part-time workers, you don't need to pay a bonus, increment, uh, any incentive. You can just pay for the part-time with the time they work for the organization. Yeah, you can say like that. Part-time workers are cheaper. Therefore, the organization can no need to pay those other expenses such as they pay for the full-time workers such as bonus and other benefits. Therefore, they can reduce the cost of the business. Right? That give 3 sentences interlinking. Right? So, but again, I'm repeating, no need to write the application. Explain one benefit of business allowing workers more autonomy. Autonomy. You know, by autonomy is a kind of a giving freedom or independence. Autonomy is a really important word. They can see autonomy is kind of thing is a kind of a non-financial motivation method that we're using, like job enrichment and job rotation. This is where giving some kind of power to the workers, autonomy, some kind of freedom to make their own decisions. So one benefit of business allowing workers to more autonomy, you can see. Uh, First of all, you can start the answer by saying what is autonomy means. Autonomy is kind of a giving some kind of a freedom, kind of a like a kind of a control over their decision making. Therefore, the business can be able to delegate some kind of a power for the workers, and workers also start motivating because they feel they have more control power in their life, and then as a result of that, they will motivated, and labor productivity might be increasing, and business also the productivity of the business, and the output of the business might increase as a result of the worker motivation. Okay, so labor turnover will go down, absenteeism will go down, productivity will improve, motivation will increase. You can write so many points with that. Yeah, once you actually give the answer, and autonomy is giving employees more authority to make decisions. The employees would be more motivated as they feel more recognized, thus increase in the productivity. Very good, 3 out of 3, right? So that's how you have to write. This actually he defined what is autonomy. His autonomy is giving employees more authority to make decisions, or more freedom to make decisions. You can say, yeah, that's 1 mark. And second mark, employees would be more motivated as they feel more, right? The employees feel more motivated. That's the second point, say 1 mark. And as a result, what happened? They feel more recognized and increase the productivity. Increase the productivity. Another 1 mark. So 3 out of 3. Yeah. Yes. You can see more. This last point you can see not only the productivity, quality of the product will increase, productivity, efficiency, motivation. So many things are there. Customer, we can give more product, more good service to the customers as a result. Right. Okay. Now we are going to 9 marker, the last question of this session. Applications have to use 2 methods of applying for the post of tutor. So now they are using 2 methods of application for applying for the post of tutor. First application method is fill out an application form. So that means DNS they have a given a printed or online application form. You can download. Anyone, a tutor can download. I can fill it online. I can resend it. Second method is submit a CV, submit a curriculum vitae, your CV for the place that you're going to apply. So then you can add anything you want. You can market yourself, but application form is a kind of like a it's a systematic method. That application form is a document which given by the organization, produced by the organization to easily like to get the basic information for the comparison purpose to shortlisting purpose. Application forms are very good for sometimes like a for jobs like drivers and the assistants, like a working jobs like labor jobs, because they don't need to have like we don't need that much of qualification from analyze. You can see like you can give some basic what is your name, address, your if you want you can see the school qualifications, everything. So standard information if you want to grab, like it's application form you can download. You can see like McDonald's, KFC, like Mac jobs, like all like organization like that, they have application forms are there. So if you want to apply for those, so you can download those application forms and you can apply over their website. Other method is a CV method. Curriculum vitae is prepared by the worker. So you can put anything. Like I think for the post of tutor, so I believe that both methods are okay, but second method I prefer, because you can put so many things like your talents, your project activity. Sometimes if you have a YouTube channel, you can put that one also as like a link. So curriculum vitae you can prepare according to your creativity. So you can put some weight on it. But application form you can't put those other extra stuff that you wanted to tell that employer, but because application form is only asking just a quite small brief introduction about you. So application form is advantage for a business, like a DNS. We're going to actually quickly analyze and shortlist candidates, because same information can be analyzed quickly. You can select the best side candidate, and you can actually the people who want good enough, they can actually reject them in the first process, and it's quicker than the CV method. But CV method is a good side of CV. The applicant can put more weight, more effort, and more items, more information can be put there. Therefore, CV will be, you can get good idea about the candidates, like insight of the candidate. But however, CV will be time consuming for the business, because you have to read a lot and different fonts, different information. Some information are missing, some information you wanted, some information are missing. Example, address. Some people they mention the address, some people doesn't mention the address. Some people mention they are a citizen or not. Some people they doesn't mention they are a citizen or not. Right? So there's a confusion coming in the CV when you're going to analyze and when you're going to shortlist. It will take some time. And the conclusion you can say, however, based on that, you can give the answer, whatever the method, best option. It can be either option 1 or option 2. However, it depends on the Dan's ability, Dan's actually requirements of the organization, and it depends on the organization, what kind of a like a tutor post that we you can justify your answer whether it is best for organization, like you want to see the inside of the candidate, like creativity and everything, the projects he has done and the experience and so on. I think can give kind of idea. CV is the best method. So at the end, we can use that's based on the option 1 and 2 both correct. So I would like to use that a 2-1 method to answering. So no need to define anything. So just get 2 answers, 2 advantages of the selected option and 1 disadvantage of the selected option, and give some concluding word. Okay, that's the end of the 2-mark question. So yeah, one student actually gave the answer by choosing option number 1. DNS will be able to shortlist the most skilled applicants. Unfortunately, by choosing option 1, DNS will not be able to assess the individuality of the interviewee or the tutor, right? So always keep your case study always in your mind. Okay, from that we'll wind up our today's session. We talk about the mock examination 2020 of the right the in the school. So mainly question number 1 and question number 2 we discuss. In my next session will be there. We'll see you again on question number 3 and question number 4. I'm going to talk about another 9 marker and 12 marker in my next session. So then see you again on next session. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.